cruise, heading over to my parents' house. I just want to predict the future again and talk to you a little bit about your money managers, your financial advisors, your pension advisor, your private investment fund advisor, all these guys. So they're going to change their tune now, and they're going to rotate, and I'm going to tell you what they're going to say, and therefore you're going to be armed with the knowledge to know that most of what they say is probably not very accurate. So what you've been told up to now is that Bitcoin is risky, it's very speculative, it's very volatile, and you'll hear this throughout mainstream as well. The mainstream narrative is, I've always repeated these words to you, and the job there is to instill fear into you so that you fear Bitcoin because it's something you don't understand. And if your money manager says very volatile, very risky, therefore it's just like you outsource your thinking. So you're like, oh, there's no need for me to investigate it. The guy who's meant to advise me on my money has told me that it's risky, it's volatile, it's unpredictable, it's unregulated, and therefore I'll just leave it. And what I'll do is I won't invest any of my time or any performing asset on the planet, not just for 1 year or 2 or 3 years, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. I'll listen to this guy. Okay, now the reason why that's a massive mistake is pretty obvious, because you're ignoring the highest performing asset for the last 15 years. But how's it going to perform in the next 15? Now, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If I was, I wouldn't be able to speak candidly like this to you. A lot of my clients are financial advisors for the last almost 5 years. And although they're stacking Bitcoin, some of them own millions worth, I would love to be able to buy as much Bitcoin as they seem to be able to buy, and they can't even speak about it to their clients. So they're telling their clients, it's speculative, it's risky. Meanwhile, they're exchanging €1 million for Bitcoin. It's crazy, okay? But thankfully you guys are here, so make sure you do subscribe, hit the like button, become part of the community, because I'll give it to you straight. I'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes, because I've been working exclusively in the space. I have, I sort of consider myself somewhat of an insider, because I get an insider's view. A lot of my friends working in many of the different companies, crypto and Bitcoin. So we really see what's happening behind the scenes, as opposed to just to trying to hear about stuff after the fact, or through mainstream, or trying to put pieces together by listening to YouTube videos. So the Piston, you alright there? You good boy? The narrative from them is always, it's risky, it's speculative. Yeah, and and any of these mainstream financial advisors, they'll be on the radio now. Wait till you see. We've got famous ones in Ireland. I won't name them, but for years they've just told people, Bitcoin's a scam, Bitcoin's a bubble, Bitcoin's a tulip, and all these sorts of things. And they've destroyed the wealth of a huge portion of Irish people, because had they've just been honest and just said, I don't understand it, I don't have the intellectual spare time to give it to actually studying this thing, so don't ask me because I'm clueless. But these people don't, so they assume they know something, okay, and they use the lens that they've used all their life, which is the fiat world, the world that made them really rich, in the rent-seeking model that the fiat world is in traditional financial advice. It's all about the incentive. They're not incentivized to understand Bitcoin, because every euro that goes into Bitcoin doesn't go through their financial rails. It's basically just taking money out of their pocket. So they're not bad people. They're just operating as per the incentive, as every human does. Show me incentive and we'll show you the outcome. Everyone's heard the phrase. So what they'll rotate to now is, I have a small position in it because it's very risky. So you're going to hear them now saying, I don't know Bitcoin, I have a small position in Bitcoin. What that means is they probably have 5% plus, which for some of these guys is 7 figures plus of Bitcoin is what they'll be squatting on. All right, so I want you to read between the lines. When they start rotating and saying I have a small position, some of them may have, because I've got guys, okay, and I kid you not, they're 30 to 50%. They're literally selling properties to buy Bitcoin, and I'm helping them do it, and they can't speak about it to their clients. And to me, that is just BS. And some of them will go on national radio, national news, and say, yeah, no, I have a small position in it, don't really understand it, it's just a bit of fun to me, yeah, unregulated, and they'll perpetuate the narrative. But meanwhile, guys, they're gobbling it up. So just be aware of that. You are going to see traditional financial people start to rotate, start to admit that they own the thing. Okay, and some of them own it a long time, because some of these guys are my clients. Obviously I don't tell anybody, and any of them who are watching this are probably shitting it in case I name them. But I never would, guys, don't worry. But you're going to hear them start to rotate, to say, yeah, no, you know, because they're going to just be asked about Bitcoin. All these traditional financial managers, pension managers, they're all just going to be asked, but what about Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin? And for years, they're like, nah. Now you'll hear them rotate to saying, I have a small position in it. Yeah, I don't really understand it. Yes, they do. But I just took a small position in it, just for fun, just to see what happens, just to enjoy the ride with people. It's all nonsense. Bitcoin is the most important thing in terms of your freedom, your finance, and your life, I believe, because time is money, and money allows you to buy back your time, and the most important thing to any human is your time. Bitcoin allows you to get your time back, price the world in Bitcoin, and you will see that your purchasing power increases, and all you have to do is save in the thing. That's all we do, is we save in Bitcoin. It doesn't solve your problems overnight. That's why people go to crypto, because they think, oh, crypto, I can get a 10x, a 2x, a 1x. Fuck off. The poverty mindset, okay? Gamblers. Bitcoin solves your problems by understanding you have a generational opportunity. Anyone who's watching this who's got kids, buy them a Bitcoin book. There's plenty of kids' Bitcoin books, okay? Make their life a hell of a lot easier than yours was, because Bitcoin's not going away. It's pretty obvious now. It's been institutionalized, and it's the future of store of value, which is basically half of the money in the world going to sit in store of value assets. So huge opportunity to anybody, whether you're a kid or any age. It makes no odds. Studying Bitcoin will change your life. It did for me. I've 350 odd people in my community. It does for them. And I've had over 1,000 clients at this stage, and it has for all these people who've done the work on it. So study Bitcoin. It's never too late. Realize that all these talking heads, they can't speak about Bitcoin. They're not evil people. They're just operating as per their incentive. But you will start to hear them own Bitcoin, and I can guarantee you they own way more Bitcoin than they'll ever admit to you, because as I told you, some of my clients. Guys, have a super day. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. If I am, my name is Dinny from Bitcoin with Dinny. We've been Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company. We're in our 5th year now of helping the people understand Bitcoin. Not only that, but we help people to custody Bitcoin in a much more secure way. We can custody your Bitcoin on 3 continents. We can custody your Bitcoin in a way that you can never lose it, no matter what happens to you. And that is the best way to own. Instead of having it on hardware wallet, instead of having it sitting on exchanges, instead of having it sitting in Revolut, you don't even own the Bitcoin sitting in Revolut. So buyer beware. Guys, have a super day. Thanks for being here. Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. And they just destroy wealth, exit liquidity. If you're going to go into altcoins, okay, you're just going to get wrecked. But some people have to touch the stove. So if you need to touch the stove, burn your fingers, then come back to us and say, Dinny, everything you said was right. But you'll notice that in the comments of my videos, people say, Dinny, everything you said is right. These are people who've been here the last 3 years. Have a super day. Dinny out for now.